That was utterly dominant from England. They were mighty impressive.
Very good performance from England. And if you think of the issues that we touched on before the game, what were they looking to improve? Opening power play in particular, form for Jason Roy. They took 3 wickets in the opening power play. The game was really pretty much done after that period. I thought England's strategy and tactics at the start were excellent. A surprise, bringing Adil Rashid on straight away. For the first time in power plays for England, but the way then they shackled Shikhar Dhawan by bowling very tight at him, giving him no room. England's strategy was excellent, and then great to see some form for Jason Roy. Players are not fools. They know when they're under a bit of pressure. They know when talked about players just hovering on the sidelines and in the shadows, and Roy knows that he needs some runs. He's had a pretty good big bash, quite a consistent big bash for Perth Scorchers. I think that cricket will have done him the world of good, because over a period he's been a little bit short of cricket in my view and short of time at the crease. So runs for him, wickets in the power play, an easy win. It's hard to think how the day could have gone better for England.
Well, let's pick up with what Michael was saying and the point that you highlighted before a ball had been bowled about the bowling in the first power play. England 50 without loss with a bat, India 22 for 3. That is a massive improvement, and you're not going to win too many T20 games when you're 22 for 3 after 6.
Well, absolutely, and that was the thing this is a thing that they'll want to get out. There's a few things like Roy getting runs, all of that, but working out how they're going to do that power play. And they went to their 2 bankers. So he went to Archer, and as I said, he had Rashid, who just set the tone. And Archer in particular was brilliant, and that made all the difference, really. It looked like you're trying to work out where can the Indian batsman go against those 2, and then that made it easier for Jordan, Curran, Wood, whoever else bowled in it. But it was absolutely right. Whether they'll keep doing that is another thing. I don't know if he'll keep using Adil Rashid as bowling the first over of the game. But it certainly worked today. It was fantastic.
Do you think that was pre-planned, or because of potentially they thought they were going to be Rohit Sharma and KL Rahul at the top, and then all of a sudden you got a left-hander in? Would that have changed Morgan's thinking in any way, getting bowling googlies, or do you think them?
Well, do you think it might have changed the team as well? Because almost in a way, when they thought, all the talk was that, and they said it, I'm sure they said it before, that Rohit Sharma was going to play this game. So that meant right-hander, 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 right-hander. So that almost stuffs Moeen Ali a little bit, because I think, well, there's no left-hander for him to bowl at. We've used Moeen Ali bowling at Fakhar Zaman and Quinton de Kock in the power play, but actually they've just got right-handers. Then it wasn't like that, and all of a sudden Shikhar Dhawan came out, and it's like, all right, bang, give Rashid a go. But they're England's 2 absolute bankers with the ball, those 2.
Well, let's talk to one of England's star players, certainly in Test match cricket nowadays. Stuart, what did you make of that performance from Eoin Morgan and his team?
Yeah, it was awesome, wasn't it? It's the perfect way to build confidence and start the series in India, leading to a T20 World Cup that England will have their eyes on massively to try and be 50-over champions and T20 champions with this group of players is a realistic goal, and the perfect way to start. I think the most impressive thing was their adaptability. I don't know if Adil Rashid had pre-planned to bowl the first over, but I think Eoin Morgan's got this great ability to use different bowlers at different times and also be quite unexpected. And I feel like they've got a lot of bases covered in that bowling attack. I think India were below par. I think they'll be honest enough to know that. It was a good toss to win for sure, but I'd expect India to come back a lot stronger in the second game.
With Adil Rashid, do you think this is possibly Eoin Morgan just giving him, I don't know, an extra string to his bow? If you go back to that T20 against Australia, he was entrusted in bowling the last over. It didn't quite go his way, but he trusted him and Stark got him into the stand. And now he's opened the bowling with him, whereas historically we've just seen Adil bowl as soon as that power play is finished.
Yeah, just growing his experience. I mean, Adil's arguably our best bowler in this format. He's been phenomenally consistent over many years, and it's great to just see him doing slightly different roles, because what Morgs is trying to do is cover a lot of bases leading into the World Cup in November, making sure that Adil Rashid's first time he bowls a first over isn't in a World Cup. It's like he's got that in the bank. Yeah. He might not do it in the second game. He might do it in the third game. We're not sure. But I think it's just growing that experience with Adil. And then if you do need a spinner in the first 6, you don't have to play Moeen Ali. We saw Joe Root do it in the last World Cup. You've got experience of Adil to be able to do it.
OK, well, let's go and get an Indian perspective on this. Dinesh has been watching on. How would you rate India's performance? What will they be feeling right about now? I imagine fairly deflated, because that was quite a comprehensive defeat.
Yes, I think right from the start, nothing went their way. Starting from the toss, I think everything went against what they wanted to do, and it wasn't a great game today. But I think they can just take a little bit of solace from the fact that the Test series started something similar. Stuart Broad would know that, and then things got better after that. So, one game, just forget it. I think they need to move on and make sure they go all guns blazing in the second game.
Well, you know Virat Kohli, how will he take this defeat, and what sort of discussions, chats will he have with his side, or will he just let the dust settle for a little bit before he goes at them?
I don't think he'll have a go at them today, to be honest. Neither would Ravi Shastri. I think they'll just let them be for the moment. The one good thing is the Indian team in these last 3-4 months, they've come back from adversity pretty well. They were bowled out for 36. They came back well. The first test against England, they lost again. They came back well. So I'm sure they're aware that, they didn't have a great day today. Come the second game, I'm sure they'll come much better prepared, and they'll do everything they can to put up a good show.